The no question over here is to sketch the graph of f of x is equal to negative 2x cube plus 3x square minus 8x plus 7. I told you there are 4 kinds of graph. This is the 4th kind of graph that I am going to sketch. My first step is to find intercepts. Clearly my y-intercept is given by 0 and 7. I hope this the 0 and the 7, this is my y-intercept. Now to find x-intercepts, I will solely rely on calculation. So in my calculator, I have punched the values negative 2x squared, 2x cubed, plus 3x squared, minus 8x plus 7. Then I start from negative 5, I end at positive 5, and with step 1, as my increment is 1 from negative 5 to positive 5. So I get these values. I hope you are now comfortable to use the calculator on finding. So I get negative 5 is 372, x is negative 4, f of negative 4 is 205, f of negative 3 is 112. So I look for 0 where f of x is equal to 0. Oh, I got one of them. Very good. So I got x is equal to 1, then f of x is equal to 0. So I got my first fact. So using my calculator, what I found is that f of 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, I have the x minus 1 is a factor. Therefore, x minus 1 is a factor. I have to find the other 2 factors or the other quadratic factor. So what I'll do now, so it is minus 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x plus 7 is equal to x minus 1 times is a quadratic factor. So look at the quadratic factor here. It is negative 2x cubed. Here's x. Therefore, my first term of the quadratic factor is going to be negative 2x squared. So negative 2x squared times x will give me negative 2x cubed. I hope that is clear. And we did not know the middle term is always we have to find. And the last term is, this is 7, right? So it's negative 1 times negative 7 will give me positive 7. I hope that is clear. So negative 1 times negative 7 will give me positive 7. So I have to find the middle factor, that is a bx. So what I will do, I'll expand the bx here. That is, if I expand, I look at the terms x into bx squared and 1 into negative 2x squared. So these are the terms that will give me for the x squared, that is bx squared, that is bx squared plus 2x squared, and it should give me 3x squared. That is b plus 2 is equal to 3. Therefore, b is equal to 1. Therefore, my factors are x minus 1 times minus 2x squared plus x minus 7. So these are my factors of f of x. Now I have to find the x-intercepts. So I have to find the x-intercepts. That means f of x is equal to 0. I got x minus 1 is equal to 0, or minus 2x squared plus x minus 7 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation, and I can solve using the quadratic factors, or I can use a quadratic equation. So what I'll do here is I'll try to find the value of the solve for x using quadratic equation. I get x is equal to, this is clearly 1 here. It is clearly I can write x is equal to 1. So I already got one x-intercept which is equal to 1, 0. This is one of the x-intercept. Now find this the other 2 x-intercepts. So 2x square minus 7x plus 7. I try to solve using quadratic equation. There is a minus of minus 1 plus or minus square root of minus 1 squared minus b square minus 4ac is 4 times 7 times 2 whole divided by 2 times 2. Try to solve it. I'll say I get no real values here. So it's no real roots. So even if you look at b square minus 4ac format here, b square minus, which is negative. Therefore, there are no real values. Therefore, I got only one x-intercept, which is 1, 0, and of course, at a y-intercept 0, 7. Now, to find my second step is to find the turning points. To find the turning points, I first find the first derivative f prime of x. My f prime of x is negative 6x squared plus 6x minus 8. I hope now you are comfortable in finding the first derivative. So at stationary points or at turning points, what will I find? My first derivative is equal to 0. That means again I have to solve for x here. Minus 6x squared plus 6x minus 8 is equal to 0. I divide by negative 2. I divide by negative 2 on every term. It will give me 3x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. I'm trying to solve for x. Find the turning points of x coordinate of turning points. Therefore, is a minus of minus 3 plus or minus square root of minus 3 squared minus b square minus 4ac. So it is 4 times 4 times 4 times 3 whole divided by 2 times 3. So again I see there are no real values of x. Therefore there are no real values of x, no real values of x. That means no turning points. That implies no turning points. So no turning points. So there has no turning points. That's how we reach up to here. No turning points. So it's very interesting to see. There's no turning points, and it has only one x-intercept. And let's see how the graph will look like. To find the point of inflection, I have to find the second derivative. When there are no turning points or when there are equal turning points, we must find the point of inflection. And to find the point of inflection, first we find the second derivative. So my first derivative is negative 6x squared plus 6x minus 8. My second derivative is going to be negative 12x plus 6 is my second derivative. So at a point of inflection, second derivative is equal to 0. That is minus 12x plus 6 is equal to 0, or x is equal to, I get as half. Now I get the point of inflection, x is equal to half, and I substitute f of half into the original function to find the x in order to find the y coordinates. That is minus 2 times half the whole cube plus 3 times half the whole squared minus 8 times half plus 7, and that will give me, you can use your calculator, and that will give me 7 over 2. So my point of inflection is half and 7 over 2. So I got my point of inflection as half and 7 over 2. Now let us plot the graph. We have this y-intercept as 7, and then we have this x-intercept is 1, 0, and the no turning points, and there is one point of inflection, half and 7 over 2 somewhere here. Let's be very careful here. So the graph that I start from, this negative graph, as you see, this graph is negative, right? Therefore I must start from left. I must start from here, and that is left to top. So that's how I'm going to draw the graph left to top here. I'm going to, and it will be something like this, concave like this, right? And then start doing the change in concavity here. So this is going to be a graph something like this, and this is my point of inflection. Point of inflection, that is half 7 over 2. This is 7 and this is 1. So this is my graph f of x.